Yo dudes, how's it going? So, it's been a little bit, I was busy through the weekend, I apologize for that. Moving on. So, everyone's flipping their wig because yesterday and the last couple days, both Vegito Blue and Rose Black had been announced by Dokkan Battle on the Facebook. And, well, everyone's like flustered thinking they're going to be out real soon, and I just want to kind of like touch up on teams that people should be thinking about, which ones should you be going for, and when you should probably expect them. Let's get the expecting out of the way. Do not expect them to come out next week. Do not expect them to come out the week after that. Expect them to be out by the end of the month at the earliest. Okay? Everyone went through this before when normal Goku Black Physical came out on Facebook. And everyone flipped their wig and he didn't come out for a little bit longer. So we had to wait a while. And we're going to wait a little bit longer for them too. They're just announcing the cards. It's nothing new. So don't worry about it. It's not going to be out next week. It's not going to be out this week. It's going to be at least a 2-week waiting point. At least. Okay? If it's out after 2 weeks, the cool beans. That's cool. But I really don't expect it to be out for another, at least until the end of the month. So, just want to get into the teams. If you do not have a good villains team, or you don't have good ranking heroes, I do not suggest getting really either of them. These teams really are only beneficial to you if you have the presented teams. If you have only a suggested color of the form, I wouldn't even probably suggest it too much anyways. So, just because I know everyone wants Vegito, I'm going to go over my two teams that I personally feel would be the best to roll with on a rainbow team. Now, as you can see from my team right now, I got Mr. LR Goku right here, which is at max SA, I mind you. I am pumping this fool up. He is my main pumper of my dupe system. For tech anyways, because I do not have God Tanks. If you have God Tanks, I highly suggest replacing LR Goku or any other unit with God Tanks. God Tanks is the preferred unit. Next, I would obviously assume to put in normal Vegito, just because he's Vegito. There's no reason not to. Then I would have to suggest Gogeta as a staple as well. The staples with Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is Super Saiyan Vegito, which is agility, Gogeta, and God Tanks. Those are the three units I would say are the staples. Now after that, I would kind of just go back and forth between what your last two units are going to be, which I'm rolling with Kaioken Goku, just because of the immense amount of freaking damage he can do. Not to mention he links really freaking well still. And then, because I want it rainbowed, I'm going with this God Goku, just because he's my favorite God Goku. You don't have to use this Goku. In fact, you could probably run with, you could probably actually run with a couple other things easily. I could easily suggest the normal intelligence Vegeta, or not Vegeta, but Vegito. He would definitely be nice. He pumps allies' attack by 25%, and he can nuke slightly. And he's still going to link really well with everyone else because he's running Prepared for Battle Infused Fighter. So, but you don't need to really worry about Link Ki too much. But yeah, that's what I would suggest highly. For a standardized team, I would suggest Vegito Blue, God Tanks, Super Vegito, Gogeta, and yeah, I would just kind of try to roll around this kind of a team, okay? Now, as for a secondary team, if you really want to just kind of go all-out fusions, you can do that too. You don't have to run LR Goku at all. Like I said before, try to go for God Tanks. If you don't got God Tanks, try to just throw like normal Go Tanks right here, or hell, even throw this Caroli in there. The fusion, this is gonna be ridiculous. Okay, the fusion link is gonna be what you were aiming for, just to make sure you link everywhere, and then that way you can still roll with Vegito. And if you don't want to roll with this Goku, there's other units that are easily able to go into it, like I would probably suggest, from what I have anyways. Actually, I don't have very much on blue, so I can't really say too much. But anyways, what you're aiming for is mostly fused characters with Vegito, and yeah. But honestly, all of these characters are much more widely used and acquired right now, more so than villains are. And there's a big argument in the community of villains are stronger than heroes. If the big bad bosses link is going off, I can agree with that. So just talking about that, let's go to them real quick. This team, I would have to say, is somewhat of a probably your preferred go-around. It's not a rainbow. It's definitely not rainbow, but it will link well, it'll do lots of damage, and it'll debuff and tank. It'll do the whole 9 yards. So you want to run with LR androids, and the one thing you want to think about when you're running Rose is you want to look at Fear and Faith. Fear and Faith is the big link you want to go to. Now, if I scroll real quickly, you can already tell there's not many units that have that. There's not very many good units either. Now, ideally, you would probably want to roll with Rose, of course. You want to probably roll with Toa for more ki. You don't need more ki, but it's there. Sin Shenron, Goku Black, Omega Shenron. And yeah. Try to aim for the Fear and Faith link because that's the villain's ki +2. It's basically they're prepared for battle. But with this team, as long as you're linking Rose with Goku Black and Janemba or Buhan, then you're going to be doing lots of damage every turn. I would suggest that you do that. If you want a traditional rainbow team, which probably won't be as viable with Rose, you can probably roll with something like this. This Cell does not have Fear and Faith. He doesn't have any key links, actually. But he's pretty much the only good tech... He's the only good tech unit I can think of that's extreme. I mean, I guess you could go with Bunemba, I guess. Or you could go with maybe the fatty one right here. He doesn't have any good links that are key-based, though. That's the only thing. And actually, Bunemba's actually might not be a bad one. He does have shocking speed, so he will connect with a couple of the units, including Omega Shenron. And he also has Fused Fighter, which I don't think there's anyone that actually benefits from that other than maybe Kuliza. But anyways, there's not many to work with on villains. This is my point on the villains versus heroes thing. At least on heroes, you have more to choose from that can easily benefit from each other. In villains, you have to have a more of a stapled down team, and it's not as easy to work with. So just keep that in mind, okay guys? Rose might be pretty looking, but he's definitely not optimal for everyone. In fact, if you don't have Goku Black, I probably would just tell you to not even bother. In all honesty, I would have to honestly tell you, if you do not have the normal physical Goku Black, I would have to literally just tell you, do not even bother going for Rose. Because he just links so well and makes the team so much more viable and easier to use and more overpowered that that's the only way that makes him useful. Okay? So just keep that in mind. So I just wanted to kind of quickly go over that. Yeah, this took up about 8-9 minutes. You know, screw it. But anyways, I hope it helped you out, guys. I hope I maybe helped you out pick what you might want to make as a team. Just remember, Heroes is easier to make. Vegito Blue is easier to roll with. But Rose probably, if you get it in the right scenario, does a lot better. I will say that. In a lot of different scenarios, Rose is the better damage and viable unit. In the most normal instance, with most players, Vegito Blue is going to be the most common and normal one to roll with. Okay? So anyways, dudes, hope it helped you out. Please like and subscribe if you liked it. I'm going to have more videos up this week. Anyways, I'll catch you later. Take it easy.